Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. If I am coming in loud and clear, let me know. I have my microphone plugged in. I'm usually using the computer audio, but I said I guess I'll see if it improves the quality somewhat. So if I'm coming in loud and clear, please let me know. Awesome. Thank you, Thomas. Good. Thanks, Greg. Good stuff. I hope everyone's doing well today. Hope you are doing fantastic. Today we are going to it's going to be a very focused call. So, a lot of times I'll usually talk about a few things in a session, but today we're going to have some intentionality and focus, and it's going to be all based around prospect reach and go high level, but with the overall goal of automating your prospecting. So, and I'm going to give you some specific examples on how you can do this, and we'll just kind of go more like over the shoulder as well. So that's kind of the vantage point that we're going to take it from. And I'm going to be going inside of Prospect Reach and just showing you quite a few things in here. But I guess before we start, just curious, who here actively uses Prospect Reach? Just give me a me, or and then if you don't mind, how do you currently use it? We have members that use it in a lot of different ways. And we had one guy that was killing it with ERTC and just sending out, I don't know, like hundreds of messages a day. Um, okay, a lot of me's, good stuff. Awesome. Who here has yet to use Prospect Reach and would like to know just some simple ways to get started? Just put a 2 in the question box and I'll kind of know where I'm at. So areas that I need to kind of go a little bit slower on. Okay. A lot of new people here. Good. Awesome. All right. So yeah, it's kind of mixed. So yeah, I'll take it as fast or slow as we need to today, and understand that when what I'm going to be going over, I'll give you concept, so you have big picture, and then I'll go into actual prospect reach and go high level and just kind of show you how to merge the two. So it should be pretty comprehensive as well today. And then also understand, again, this kind of like, my housekeeping areas to preface this training. This is assuming that you already have Prospect Reach installed and you're able to just send out emails. Now, we have made it really simple now. If it's been a while since you've gone into Prospect Reach, maybe like the last 6 months, you'll find if you go into it now, just getting everything set up and getting your sending domain set up is even simpler. So, and if you don't want to do any of that stuff, meaning connect it or hook it up, we do have, just as a reminder, a done for you concierge service. So you can always ping support and say, hey, I would like to get Prospect Reach set up. I think I want to say it's like $97, between 77 and 97 bucks, something like that. So, and if you're pressed for time, is worth, definitely worth getting it done. So, but it's simple to do yourself as well. Yes, we will record this, and this will be in the members area. Yes, you would just contact support for that. And Mariah's on the call now, so anyone that's interested, just put a question. Like you can enter in the question box and say, Mariah, first off, Mariah, can you please shoot the support email in the question box, and anyone on this call that's interested, just email support, and we'll send you links and all that type of stuff. We used to have, I think some of the links are on our website, but I don't know if they're the most updated. We're in the process of updating our site too, so it's just easier to go through support from that standpoint. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. And if there's any additional questions, just kind of towards the end that may even have nothing to do about what we're talking about, we'll have some time to kind of jam and wrap a little bit as well. So if you have campaigns, for instance, whether you're running, local growth machines or birthday campaigns, if you have some questions on that, or, ways that you would like to improve or optimize things, just shoot your questions towards the end here. All right. So let's go ahead and get rolling, and you can see my screen. That looks good. So funny when you have all these different presentations open. All right, so today we're going to talk about automating, how to automate your prospecting. The tools that we're going to be using is Prospect Reach and Go High Level. And the agenda, I'm going to give you big picture. It's going to go over an overall process on how we'll automate prospecting. And I think that's going to really help to understand and conceptualize what we're doing and how these systems work together. And then the second thing we're going to go over lead generation best practices. So best practices to navigate prospect reach before sending cold email. So I'll show you just some areas that you want to be aware of, and then some other things that you may not know were even there in prospect reach. So I think that's going to be very helpful as well. And then once we go through that, we're going to go to connecting your systems to ensure your systems will fire properly. So this is where we'll kind of look under the hood, so to speak, in areas of prospect reach and also in Go High Level. And I'll just kind of show you how these systems all come together and work. And then it's time to automate your prospecting campaign. So by the time we get through this, you'll have a great understanding on how you can, what I like to consider, not just automate your prospecting, but do very powerful prospecting as well. And I think that's one of the core benefits of having a lead and email system that is connected with a system like Go High Level. You know, overall, what we've created is we leverage prospect reach to do cold email outreach, you know, in the multitude. And then we take the prospects that are interested or show some sort of interest in whatever it is that you're selling or you have to offer. And that's when we start to nurture and do more of the warm prospecting to encourage that prospect to ultimately become a client. So that's kind of how the two work together. All right. So with that said, let's go over the overall process and big picture. And we'll have this this overview here in the members area as well. So this will kind of help to conceptualize some things. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and what we're going to do is I'm going to use the local growth machine as an example so you can wrap your mind around kind of what we're doing. So, you know, there's more direct application instead of, you know, conceptual or ethereal, so to speak. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the AI lead machine, which is Prospect Reach, to jumpstart the lead generation and nurturing. So we're going to scrape leads inside of the system. And then I'm going to show you some areas on some best practices on how to either enrich some of that data, clean some of that data up before you start to send your cold email. And this essentially will enhance the likelihood of getting better responses. So I'll show you some areas with that. But the way that we have configured Prospect Reach is not only does the system is able to scrape leads for you. You can enter a lead query, you know, salons and insert whatever city, or restaurants and insert city, and it's going to populate a lot of leads very fast, often under a couple of minutes. But it also has a lot of neat data points as well. And in addition to that, the system is able to send out cold email. So you can take the leads that you scraped and you're able to send out emails to these leads. Now, in addition to that, we've integrated Prospect Reach with OpenAI, and I call it reply sentiment. So we incorporated OpenAI with Prospect Reach to do something we call reply sentiment. And what reply sentiment does is, based on the reply of that prospect, because we're going to be sending cold email out with a direct call to action. And that direct call to action is to reply to this email if you're interested or would like some information, or we're asking for a reply. If that reply is of positive sentiment, meaning, yes, I'm interested, or send me some information, or absolutely, or just the word yes, or sure, we have the system programmed to know what a positive reply is, the sentiment of the reply. If that reply sentiment is positive, it then goes to the landing page here. Well, it initiates an automation in Go High Level. So that lead is sent over into Go High Level. And Go High Level says, okay, I'll take it over from here. And it goes into a specific automation. And this automation, we call it Get Overview. So you don't have to use this specific automation. I'm going to show you how it works so you can build this to sell or insert any service you want, whether you sell bots or whether you're selling missed call text back or websites, whatever it is, you can plug it in. So I'm just applying this specific funnel so you understand the logistics of how everything works. Okay. So we put them into a funnel or an automation that's called Get Overview. And the whole point of this overview is to drive people to a landing page to get more information. And this is what the landing page will look like. And I'll show you these pages. So then once they're on this page, this automation is looking to see if this prospect has opted in, right? And we're able to tell if the prospect has opted in. Now, if the prospect opts in to receive that information, this is the page they're driven to. And this is within this local growth machine service. Now, this page acts as a pre-sales system where it goes over an explainer of how this service actually works. So now that they've took the first step, now what the system is doing is we are now sending emails out to drive them back to this page with the intended goal of them booking an appointment. Because now that they've opted in to receive info, now it's time to receive the info, and we want them to book an appointment. Now, the way that we built this is that if they have opted in, as an example, or they have booked an appointment, which is the desired goal, then it drives them to here where my cursor's at, and this is just a confirmation page. And now the automation's goal is to increase the show rate by sending them email, text message, for confirmation and reminders about their appointment. All right. So I'm not going to go any further than that, but from the standpoint of how the leads work and are dumped into prospect reach, let me know if that makes sense. Give me some feedback on that, please, if that makes sense. Okay, awesome. Y'all with me? Y'all tracking with me? Awesome. Okay, I always want to check. As far as the AI, no, this happens automatically because you're not having to plug anything into the system because we do this on our end. This snapshot here particularly, this is one of our done for you growth systems. This is called the local growth formula that I'm going over. And all Silo members, if you didn't know, you get a really, really great discount on it that's significantly less expensive than what we sell it for on webinars with JV partners or even our retail rate. So if you're a Silo member that would like that, just let me know and I can go over more towards the end of the call. But that's how the overall process works, okay? So before you send your campaign, let's go over some prospect reach best practices, all right? And this is kind of how this process works, and then we'll hop into prospect reach. So if you look at the top left here, what we're going to do is we're going to scrape hundreds of leads pretty fast, and then we're going to do some things to either enrich that data, and I'll show you some best practices to clean it up, and why you would want to do that. And then we'll be in a position to email those leads, right? And then I'll show you how you can email those leads without even needing to write anything as well, because we have done for you email campaigns as well. So once you email those leads, or are about to email them, and number 3 in the bottom left, we're going to use AI to read those lead replies. And the simplicity of what we're going to do is you just check a box, and I'll show you how this works and how it looks. And this box basically says we're going to trigger some type of an action in Go High Level when a lead either opens your email or they click on a link. But what we use is when they reply to the email. And you can add the lead automatically to a Go High Level campaign on any reply, regardless of the sentiment. But in this instance, what we're going to do, we're going to check on a reply, and it also has to be of positive sentiment. And that's the only way that we're going to send this lead into High Level. So then number 4, it will send that positive lead to what we call a reply automation in Go High Level. And then the system just kind of takes over and the machine works from that standpoint. All right. So let's hop into good old prospect reach. And I know it's probably been a while for some folks here, so I'll go over a couple of things. And so one of the main areas that you want to look at is the lead section here. And we'll just go ahead and run a lead query. So somebody provide a niche and a city. Just give me a niche and a city. First one that gives me any niche and a city, I'll run that really fast for example purpose. Okay, roofing San Diego. All right, roofing, and then San Diego, California. All right, so we're gonna go search here, and it says success. Please wait a few minutes. We are digging leads for you. And it usually takes about a couple of minutes. All right, usually takes about a couple of minutes. And as you can see here, there's roofing, San Diego. And the way the system works is if we were to, you click here, right? You click here to look at the lead results, and they're probably still populating. And sometimes it's faster than others. But if you can see here, it's already populating a lot of leads. And if I go down to the bottom here, it says it's showing one of 831 leads that just populated. So that's pretty cool, right? You don't need any VPNs, you don't need any proxies, you don't need any of that stuff. So it generates these leads really fast. I've even heard of some members, just as via support, that have even been selling these leads, I guess, to other marketers. We've never taught on that, but I guess you can do it as well. But anyhow, you have leads. So some of the things that you see here, just so you know, is at the very top, you're able to, you can toggle all these leads as an example, and you can export them into Excel, CSV, PDF. And for those that are running any types of advertising, you can also generate this list in the form of a Facebook custom audience. Now, a Facebook custom audience is, I like to think it's likened to an email list, but it's for Facebook and for the purpose of running ads. And the reason you would want to run something like that, if you did have, you wanted to build a custom audience, is that you'll be able to put an ad in front of this audience if you're running any type of advertising on social, maybe to sell a specific service and be able to reach customers in a different way. You can also leverage a Facebook audience to build a lookalike audience, and it will find similar leads to what your list looks like. And this can be a way of expanding your reach for your audience. And you can do the same thing with Google if you're running Google ads. Here is a column visibility, and this basically just can show as much or as less as you would like. And on some of the data points that we collect here, name, email, phone, of course, it's all if it's available. LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, your Google site, your Google rank. I believe this is if they're running any type of, retargeting, I believe. Their reviews, their Facebook, their domain, their category. Of course, you can get all kind of, address info, their Facebook pixel that lets you know if they're running any type of ads, their schema, if their site is mobile friendly, if it uses Shopify, Criteo, Yelp stars or Yelp count, Facebook stars, their Google rank also. And this is very important because depending on the type of service that you're selling, this information can be very, very impactful to you. In addition to having an email, like as an example, if you were selling reviews as a lead-in service, well, you're able to toggle, those reviews. And for instance, if you were to see here and just let me go to a page here to see a lower score, right? If you were to look at like here, this particular business doesn't have a lot of reviews. Looks like one review, for instance. Yeah, I don't even know if this business is still in business. But let's go to one that looks a little bit better, possibly. So this one, R&W Roofing Services, they don't even have a website, and it looks like they don't have a lot of stuff. So, it lets you know opportunities. Like here's one here. So it's a 3.9 review score. If you want to look at their website, it kind of gives you some insight here. This is Sears. I don't think this would be a good one. Let's go to more of a local business. Seamless City Rain Gutter. Let's see what this looks like here. All right. But you can look at all the info, how they're marketing. It gives you insight as well. As you can tell, they probably need some help with social. They have 2 posts, and then let's see here, and that's their review. You can even message in from here as well on Facebook. And if you were just to look in here, just to kind of see, and this is a business that you could help, right? It just has a handful of reviews, right? And this is a gutter company. So if you're selling reviews as a service, this would be a really, really good one to help. So you can leverage prospect reach as an example to basically bring everything in one place. So you can prospect more efficiently and effectively as an example. You can also use it to enrich data. Sometimes what I'll do is if I don't have enough info on a business, I'll go to their website kind of like this just to see if I can either find some issues, some problems. And then sometimes I use it for just investigative research to see like who's the owner's name, right? It's always good to be able to just address people on a first name basis as well. So this looks pretty like, cookie cutter here. The other thing that I do recommend doing, I'm going to just scroll back up here, let me make this a little bit smaller, is, for instance, you can go to, let me go back here. The other thing you can do is you can enrich this data as well, but you want to clean up this list. So for instance, let's say that some of these leads that populate, they are like franchises, or like the one we just seen was Sears. That's probably not one you want to reach out to. Like, typically you're going to get your best response from like a local business. So you can do things like, okay, let's say if I don't want countrywide mechanical systems, you can toggle that. Let's say I don't want this one here, and you can delete those leads, right? And you can delete those leads. So now you can get rid of the individuals that you don't want, as an example. And then you're able to add those to your own group. So let me show you how that looks like. So you can clean up your list first off, and then going back to this roofers list of all the people. Let's say, what we're going to do is we're going to just add those leads to a list. So you click on import, and you're able to create a new group. We can call these roofing leads San Diego. Okay. And what it's doing is going to verify to make sure that these leads are all accurate. It's doing the lead email validation. This process can take sometimes 5-10 minutes, and you'll see that it continues to always update in real time. But this is making sure that the leads that are scraped are also validated. So this system produces the most up-to-date leads. So you're not ever going to find old leads that you can't reach at all here as well. All right. So, so then once you do that, as you can see, it says imported. You see the message where it says imported here. So now you can go here, and I went to groups, right? Whenever you import those leads into a group, it's going to add to that group, all right? And as you can see right now, it's 367, even though it was 831, and then that should continue to grow. Or it may stay the same, because those were the leads that were validated to say, yes, you can actually send to these leads. They're good to send. They're not junk leads. So if you were to click on here as an example, there's a couple of things that you can do. So you can take this list, and if you wanted to enrich the data to find the first names and last names of the people, as an example, you can do that. You can export it. You could even send this to someone on Fiverr, and then someone could actually enrich that data for you. And then you can even add their additional info here. You can even create custom fields as well. Like if you were to import a list or import yet additional data, you can add these additional data points here as well, and you're able to send that specific info inside of your marketing campaigns as well. And that can just personalize it, customize it more, so it seems like you're sending this message just to that individual. So you can enrich the data. That's another thing that is recommended if you want. The other aspect too is you can, let's say out of these 367 entries, you want to test a few different campaigns. So let's say that you take these 10 here, for instance, and you say, I just want to do, let me just do this. I'm going to show 25 leads. All right. So 25 leads. And let's say with these 25 leads out of the 367, I'm going to do, 3 different tests. And these 3 different tests are going to send different email campaigns to the same audience. Because maybe you're prospecting in San Diego and you really want to get roofers as clients, but you don't want to do just a one size fits all prospecting approach to all 367 leads. You may want to test a couple different email campaigns. So you can take these and toggle the leads, and then you can do this right here, and it says move contact. And then you can just create a new group, and you'll call this San Diego leads, roofer leads. And then you can call this, group 2, or whatever you want to call it. So then those leads are removed, right? You went from 367 to 342. And then now in your groups, you're going to see the 25 leads, as you can see here, in your San Diego roofer leads, which are derived from your main lead list. And then the purpose now, the utilization is you can take these leads and then send an email campaign just to that 25. So I know I did a couple of things there, but is that helpful? Like, does that make sense as far as being able to scrape the leads, clean up the list a little bit? You can enrich the data and then add them to different groups. Just give me some feedback, please. Let me know. Just a couple of things here. Okay, awesome. Okay, do we need a new email address for every new customer we get for outgoing emails, or just one? Then when we share the control panel with our customer, do we need a joint Gmail account? All right, so I think we're talking about 2 different things. If you're referring to this cold email outreach, no, you just need the one that you're using for your sending. And we integrate with SendGrid and whatnot, and SendGrid, Google Suite, and then your own SMTP as well. If you're referring to when you set up a client or a prospect inside of the Go High Level, it is recommended that you do have another email address, or just set up an email for them, and that's very simple to do as well. And it just helps from a deliverability standpoint. All right, so let's see here. Good. All right, so yeah, how do you get the leads again? Yeah, so you just go here to leads, just like so, and you enter your keyword, you enter your city, and then you hit search. And the other thing you can do, and I didn't go over, is you can take these leads as an example, and you can push them into Go High Level. Like if you had a reason or a process that would warrant you pushing those leads into Go High Level, maybe to enable some type of a robust prospecting campaign, you can do that as well if you want to. So that's really good there. The other thing I want to show you is in settings, how it works is, and there's training on all of this, but if you are coming back, if you haven't been in prospect reach in a while, you're going to see a message that says you need to reconnect your Go High Level account because they recently updated their processes to connect with other apps. And so you just want to make sure that works, but that's in the API key section, and you go to Go High Level, and once you have it all connected, it'll look like this. And the connection process is super simple. You just have to be logged into your Go High Level sub account, and you can connect. This allows you to send the leads and all of that. The other thing too is under the notification section here, we're in settings, notification. One thing that you can do also is you can set up email notifications that go out when someone opens an email or replies. And you just toggle that yes or no. And if you can see here, this one goes out on a reply. So follow up with so-and-so, they just replied to your email. This is This can be important if, for instance, if you're only leveraging prospect reach, you're not connecting it to a system like Go High Level. And in that case, you'll always see any replies in the inbox here, but you'll also have the benefit of getting a reply or an open notification. But since that lead is going to be sent to Go High Level, then you can set up notifications in that platform as well, just to be notified of however the lead, for instance. So that's what I want to show you from the Go High Level standpoint. I mean, from the prospect reach standpoint. And then what I want to go over now is, once you have, for instance, enriched that data, or you've added a certain group, what do you do next? So this process I'm going to go over now is connecting your systems and configuring your prospecting so everything works correctly. So just let me know, am I good to continue? Is there any questions or gotchas here? Is this helpful? Let me know, am I good to continue here? Okay, awesome. Let's see here. How can you automate tagging the leads from here so I know they're leads from prospect reach? I'm about to show you that right now. Good question. All right, so good. All right, this is very helpful. Awesome. Okay. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, okay, how do I want to show you this so I eliminate the back and forth? I'm thinking out loud here. All right, so let's just do this. So let's prep the email that we're going to send now. So whenever you want to create a campaign, you're going to click this button called Create New Campaign. Okay. But what we're going to do, I'm going to go back to the dashboard. There's a section called Marketing Campaigns here. If you click on that, you should see, just based on your subscription plan, you should see different templates. We're going to be adding more of these as well. The one that I'm going to use is called the Local Growth Machine, and this is a campaign used to sell to restaurants. So, and if you haven't leveraged this campaign yet in a while, I do encourage you to fire this thing off again, because recently improved and modified these messages. And I think it'd be a good thing to just to get this thing going again, so you can get some appointments and clients, and the emails are really good too. So you click these three buttons here, and you just click Use Template. And what this is going to do is going to write all of the emails in your campaign. So if you can see here, it's in draft mode right now. It brings it to your campaign section. If you ever need any insight as to what is this and how does it work, there's videos right here that you can always watch as well. Okay. So you're going to click these buttons where it says Action, and you're going to click Edit. And what we're going to do is we're going to modify this campaign so that it works correctly. All right. So we'll just call it Local Growth Machine, and then we'll just put, your city. So in this case, Miami or Sunny Isles. I'm using my own example now, no longer on the roofers, but you call it what you want. And because you're able to connect with multiple email accounts, you just choose where you want to send it from. So in this case, I'll be sending it from local@birthdayclub.co. And this is just one I just set up. You can set up as many as you want. You want to go to Next. As you can see, these are all of the emails. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 emails in this campaign. So to expand them, you just hit the plus button, and how this works is you have your editor, which by the way, we're making improvements to this editor. This email editor kind of gets on my nerves at times, and I instructed our team to improve it because I don't like it. I just wish there was more things we could do within it, so that you're going to see this improve and be enhanced pretty soon as well, just to have more functionality within the editor. So how this works is it says here, just so you understand the logic, send email 1 to 30 contacts a day. You can toggle this to put 50 if you want. I do recommend you do stick to no more than 50. I would say like 25 to 30 a day is kind of a sweet spot, especially if you just set up a brand new sending domain. Not to get too technical, I can keep this very simple here, but when you have a brand new domain that you set up, you don't have any reputation score. So, email sending works on reputation score based on the internet service providers, the ISPs, and the specific ESPs of the recipients of the emails, the email service provider, whether it's Yahoo or Gmail, for instance, Outlook. And they even have their own algorithm as well to determine if a message is spam or not. And if it raises too many red flags, especially when your reputation is not high right now, because a brand new domain is like, someone having a 0 credit score as an example, then it can be a red flag. So you never ever want to send a ton of messages out the gate. I guess the quickest way to, end up and not end up in the inbox. And that's where you want to be. So from this standpoint, you can even toggle the time. So I want this message to send between every day of the week between 7 a.m. and 11:55 p.m. So you can toggle that, but this is just where it's at by default. You're always able to preview the messages. This is kind of helpful too, just to kind of see what it looks like before it's sent. And then you can see yourself test emails as well. So in this one, it says, do you currently have a social birthday club? I have access to approximately 3,500 people who are celebrating a birthday every week. I like to refer these customers to a restaurant they can dine at during their birthday week. We're looking to work with a restaurant with a great reputation to set up a social birthday club. Most restaurants don't have a social birthday club, a way to generate new daily customers by marketing to people on their birthdays. One of the quickest ways to boost revenue and get customers fast. We help businesses set up birthday clubs in their business and it doesn't require any additional work on your part. We have a specific criteria your restaurant must meet in order to help you. It's possible to double your customers over the next 60 days. Would it be okay to send over some info first? Just reply with a quick yes or info. So this is a little bit longer. I usually write my emails a little bit shorter, but this is like, it's also just saying, hey, I have something to offer you and here's what it is. And I kind of, one thing I do like to do just from a strategy of sending cold email is I like to kind of play with the messaging. Like, some of the messaging you'll see in here is shorter, right? And then you'll see some that are more to the point. Like this is one about, are you using AI to get customers in your business? This one right here is, speaking to the desire, double your customers in 60 days, right? Reaching out because I'm looking to partner with a restaurant in town that would like to generate new customers, more repeat business, and boost their local brand with more 5-star reviews. It's possible to double your customers over the next 45 to 60 days. We handle everything. It's less than $20 a day after. If it were possible to help you boost your business without any additional work on your part, would it be okay to send over info? Just let me know by replying and I'll shoot information over to you ASAP. So that's a different one. Another one here, can I partner with your restaurant? Another email here. This is a little bit shorter to the point. But the main thing that you want to do, let me scroll back up, and the configuring of what you're doing is you want to kind of modify it and just put, for instance, your name here, right? The other thing you want to do is the way this works also is if I were to go to this next message and you see where it says one here, what does this one mean? It means this second message is going to, it says follow-up email will stop if contact replies to previous email. So if this email, this initial opening email is sent out and someone replies to it, then the other emails stop because our intended action, our goal was achieved. If they don't reply to it, as an example, then our messages will continue. And then 1 day later, or 2 days later, or 4 days later, but we'll just keep it to 1 day later, this second message will send. You see how that works? Now, in every message that is sending out, let's go back to the opening email. You want to toggle this button. This is assuming that you connected your Go High Level, right? Because otherwise this will be grayed out. You see right here, I haven't connected contact reach, or I can't even toggle it. But with Go High Level, I can toggle that. It gives information if you need to see here. But we're going to say on a reply, we're gonna add this contact to Go High Level on reply, and we're going to filter the reply, which it says only contacts who replied positively will be forwarded to the Go High Level workflow. You see what we did there? So then, since you've already connected to Go High Level, it's going to pull up all of your campaigns. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. And I think the one that I have here is called Active Local Growth Formula Get Overview. All right, so that's the one right here. You see? And you would do this for all of them, the same one. And then you would take this one, assuming that they did not reply to the first email, filter it on reply, and then whatever that campaign is in Go High Level that the lead is going to be sent to, like let's put this lead in this bucket, then that's what you're going to select. And I'll show you how to trigger everything and what it looks like in Go High Level in just a moment. So you do that for all of them, and then you scroll down and you go to next. All right, and this is where you select your group. So if I wanted to do the San Diego, for instance, roofers, I could do that, but I have a test group that I just created for myself. And all I did was I just created a group and just added my own info in there, right? And this is good to kind of test things, right? So you can put the email where you want the notifications to go to, right? And then you click next. And when you do that, it's going to, this is the fourth step, the final step. It says there's 2 contacts. There's a total of 5 emails in here. And then you just hit submit. So it says campaign was launched successfully. And then now you're going to, it's going to direct you back to your campaigns, and it says it's in progress, 2 prospects here, and then eventually this will show as delivered and in just a moment here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you also I'm going to show you also in Go High Level next what to do from that standpoint. So, all right. So before I continue, is that simple? Can we do that? Is that part simple as well? Yes. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Awesome. Okay, and I'll take a couple of questions too before we hop into good old Go High Level. Okay, so let's see here. Where do you find the personalization tokens for things like first name? Sometimes that can be a manual process, Rob. Um, there are systems out there like plugins. There's a ton of different plugins that you can leverage to enrich data. But you can also, from a quick standpoint, you can go on Fiverr, you can follow the trail, I call it, and it is some manual work going on their website, looking on their Google review, looking on their Google profile. And a lot of local businesses, you can often find the business owner's info as well. Let's see, Mark says he uses warmbox.ai. That's pretty cool. Warm, WARM box.ai. Thank you. I haven't used that. Let's see here. Let's see. It's a good idea. Do you have videos pre-made with these scripts? Well, I'll show you where it all leads to, for instance. So going back to good old prospect reach, I'm going to refresh this. Let me refresh it. As you can see, there's 2 prospects and 2 were delivered. You see that here? So now if I go to my inbox, you'll see it says local growth, quick question, right? And it says, do you currently have a social birthday club? This is the email that goes out. Yep. So I'm just going to reply, yes, I would be interested. And what this is going to do is some magic is going to happen in the background. And you'll also see that when I look at the stats now, there's been an open, and also there's been a reply as well. Okay. So, and if you can see here, since there is a reply, if we're only using prospect reach, do you see where it says in the inbox, the reply? So you can always see inside of here in the inbox, and it will show you the campaign name, and you can also see the reply, and the reply will show, yes, I would be interested. So you can always see the reply within prospect reach as well. So what happens inside of good old Go High Level, because we connected that account? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hop into Go High Level, and I'm going to just show you a couple of things, and this will all make some good sense here, dollars and cents. If you can see, I'm in contacts, and this is the most recent lead that came in. This is what I just from my the lead contact, and there's this lead that says that there's a tag that's applied that says get overview. All right. The other thing I want to show you is now this came in only because it was a positive reply. Yes, I would be interested. So not only is it inside of there, but if I go to my opportunities pipeline, you will see that the lead says, yes, it's right here in this section, new lead wants info. And I'll show you what we did here. So in automations, I believe the one that I just created is called, did I name this differently? One second. I feel like I'm confusing myself here. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, yeah, this one. So this one is called, it doesn't matter the name, but you want to have it where it makes sense to you and you know where it's coming from. But I want to show you the logic and how this actually works here. So because I selected in prospect reach to add the lead to this automation, what happens is they're added in here, and I'm just adding a tag. And you can create any tags that you want, but as you can see, when I just shown you the tag on the contact, you want to add where it says lead get overview. So if I were to build this from scratch, it would simply be clicking this, going to add contact tag, and this will all make sense in a moment here. And you can say this lead from prospect reach, right? And then you can add that. So now, and I always like to name it too, add tag prospect reach lead. So any lead that replies positively, if I did nothing else in this automation, they're at least going to get a tag that is called prospect reach lead. Now, the reason that's important is because it helps to move prospects down a certain pipeline. So what we're doing next is we're adding something also. And this one second here. Let me click on update. Okay, so this one here, as you can tell, this is called create or update opportunity. So this is what I created here. So a tag is added, and then we're going to update this pipeline. And this is just a simple way of knowing where someone's at in every step of the pipeline. So as an example, like I mentioned to you, or I've shown you, you can create a pipeline, opportunity pipeline, that adds these leads and stages. And this is really important because you'll start to know the effectiveness of your prospecting and where people are at in your process. So as an example, I could have added this directly to reply to initial PR email, which in this case does make the most sense, but you can build this how you want, as long as you know where this lead is going and routed and directed to. And the moment that they opt in, and they're going to be driven to further stages in the pipeline. And the goal is to get them to opt in, to book a demo, to be, are they interested in the service, to win it. So we have all these automations already built out inside of the local growth machine, as an example, the local growth formula. So going back here to this is how it looks like. So you can kind of take a screenshot if you want, but this is how it's built. So you just name it, whatever you want to name it, add to pipeline, new lead. You have already created a pipeline, so you can create as many as you want, but in this case, this is to sell local growth machines, so this is what it's called. And then based on the stages that you want to move this lead once a tag is applied, you just say, what stage do I want to add this lead into once they are dumped into this local growth formula FPC get overview? And in this case, I just went to new lead wants info, right? Because they've replied positively. Now going back here, you can do things like, I just put contact name, and this is why it will show the contact name here. You can add more fields there if you want to as well, and then just save action. Now, what happens is, since they're in here, this is all happening like automatically with automation. And I have an SMS and an email, but the email that goes out, it looks like this, right? So let me kind of show you how that looks like. All right. So before I continue, are we good? Is this, I think I'm getting a little technical here, but does the concept sort of make sense? Like, you don't have to even know how to specifically do this, because we already built a lot of this out, but the logic and what we're doing, let me know if this is if this is helpful here. Okay, awesome, awesome. I know sometimes tech can be, super scary to some folks, and I get it. I get it. So I'm glad this is making sense here. Okay, so now that I mentioned to you here that an email is going out, right? Because now they're added in here. And I think this one's called sending your restaurant new customers. So now you'll see here, it says sending your restaurant new customers. You see how that, like now this is where Go High Level starts to take over. And this is what the email looks like here. And I'm going to read it to you because this will help with understanding kind of how this funnel looks and what happens. So again, to kind of bring you at like, where are we at? So you did cold prospecting from prospect reach, you connected Go High Level, you added it to an automation that is only going to be, leads are only going to be added if there's positive sentiment. It does the tagging and fires off some things. It adds the lead to, your opportunity pipeline so you know where they're at. And then it fires off an email. And this is the email. And it's titled Sending Your Restaurant New Customers. So the business owner will receive this. This brief video goes over a restaurant growth system and how our program may work for your business. If you're interested in learning how you can double your customers and foot traffic over the next 60 days, you'll be able to see an overview of how everything works. I need to correct that. We're very mindful of the restaurants we let into our local growth system, as it has to be a good fit. Note, your restaurant is one of a few on our top consideration list, so in complete transparency, we'll also send our strategy to them as well. This is more of a positioning move here. Again, we can only partner with a limited amount of restaurants per region. And then we have a link that goes to the overview, and I believe this goes to it as well. And this email goes out.
Would you like to know how smart local business owners are using the power of AI technology to automate their marketing so they can generate new customers, get more repeat business, and build their local brand? Our 3-step local growth system is specifically designed for busy restaurant owners who value the importance of promoting their business, but may not have the time to do it themselves or the budget to hire an expensive marketing agency. Continue to get a brief overview on how it all works.
All right, so it's pretty logical, right? A prospect says, yeah, send me some info. This sounds kind of interesting. And then you send out this email because you're just giving them what they want, they're asking for. It leads here and it's like, okay, it piques more curiosity. So then what they do is they go ahead and opt in to this as an example, and they want to see the info. And then on this page, it goes over the overview.
In this brief video, you'll learn how local businesses are
as to how everything works. Now, in this moment, what happens is because they've took the desired action, basically this get overview is going to stop. And it's going to stop because our desired action has been achieved, which is to get them to opt in. So we would send email 2 if they have not opted in. We'll send email 3 if they have not opted in. And then we'll apply a tag, that's like they did not opt in as an example, and we'll add them to a nurture sequence. So once they've opted in, let me kind of go back here. Once they have opted in, you'll see here another automation takes over, and this is called the business growth overview. And what happens is we apply a tag that says the lead has opted in, and then there's emails that go out, and the goal is to sell them on watching the local growth overview so they know how everything works. So as you can see here, the next email, and I'm doing this all in like as if they did every step at one time, right? It won't always work that way. They may take a day or next day, and it's fine, but we have automation that's working for you. So this says restaurant growth method access inside. Here's a video I promise you. It's called the local growth systems, a detailed strategy and how we're helping restaurants generate new customers, more repeat business, more 5-star reviews. It goes over all the benefits of what's inside. And then it has some emails in here. There's a way they can watch the growth system, or they can book a time to talk that leads to your calendar, but it goes back to your page here. And in this automation, we're going to continue to market and send emails because our goal in this automation is for them to book an appointment. You see? And then once they book an appointment, the automation to get them to book an appointment stops, and then we send them confirmation and reminder messages for them to make sure that they show for their appointment. So that is how you leverage prospect reach to drop people into high level, and then you can initiate all of the automations from there. So I didn't want to go much deeper than that, but I'll take some questions there. But from a conceptual standpoint, like, does everyone understand what we did? You know, how it works, and does it give you a better understanding as to cold prospecting from that standpoint? Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, that's what we've created is, you know, we don't we don't do the like this is something I'm committed to getting better at, but we have like really phenomenal tools, and you know, it's almost like hidden. You know, we don't even we got to do a better job of showcasing a lot of the things that we have and systems that we have. So I will do a better job at that. Paul says, I'm not a cheerleader, but I have to say this is very impressive and intelligent. It's obvious how much thought and hard work you and the team have done to automate the system and have everything integrated so well with Go High Level. I appreciate being in the program. Man, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Paul. That really means a lot. It truly does. And we're always looking to improve too, you know, that's our goal here. So give you all some little nuggets here. We are revamping Silo. Like man, the conversations we've had behind the scenes, it's like, now we got to do a better job. So we're committed as a company to revamping Silo, and we have a whole game plan as to just producing more value, more done for you growth systems, simple systems like this. And we got some things that are coming down the pipeline that's going to be really, really exciting. And then next month we'll be releasing an AI software to our community. So Silo members are going to be the first to get access to it, in addition to the smart card formula. So we got an exciting, September is going to be an exciting month. So really, really excited about that. You're going to love this AI software. So I don't know if I should show you yet. No, I'm not going to show you yet. I'm not going to show you yet. So maybe next week we'll we'll give you a little teaser. Let's see here. Definitely a better understanding of how it all works. Awesome. Prospect reach is unlimited, correct? Essentially, yeah. Like you have as a Silo member, you get more lead searches. There's like daily lead searches you can do. And we rarely have members ever exceed those. And if you ever exceed them, I think you can like buy a boost package. I think it's like $8. It's something crazy low, but you have more than enough leads. You'll never be without leads. Let's see here. Show us. No, I can't show you yet. Joe might get me. Can't do that yet. I want to though. Do you have a suggestion for better show rates? What you mean, Jermaine? Can you clarify, please? Can you clarify what you mean by show rates? Clarence says, great job as usual. Thank you. I appreciate that. What is the trigger to tag them PR lead? Yes. What is the trigger to tag them? Okay. It is, let me go back in here. I'll show you. It's just apply tag. So if you see here, like there's no trigger, because the way that it works, like if you were to, I'm glad you brought this up. If you were to, if you're just operating within Go High Level, then there has to be a trigger, yes, to like when a lead or some action happens, that's how they're added into the campaign. But when you're doing it from prospect reach, you don't have to do that. They're just automatically dumped into the campaign. So one of the things that you'll need to do to make sure that they're properly tagged, let me just show you this really quick. It's a really good question. Is it's almost like you want to repeat the tag. So it's like this tag says get overview, but that's not going to be applied. You have to actually add this add tag also, whatever your tag name is, and then it's tagged inside of here. So there is no trigger to add them. You're just selecting what campaign and prospect reach the lead is dumped into. So that's a really good question. Okay. All right. Jermaine says, for our restaurant clients using the Facebook ads, we were getting a lot of birthday bookings, but no one is showing up to the restaurant to claim. Okay. So I have a couple of questions for you, Jermaine, and feel free to, man, to email me this as well. I'll be happy to look at your campaign. So if you can answer this, this would be super helpful. How long have you been running your campaign? And what is the offer? And right now, if possible, are you able to just do a quick screencast and show me the actual creative? Because a lot of times it comes down to your creative. Okay, so 1 week. 1 week is not enough time. Like it usually takes about 2 weeks for the ad to optimize. So there's a couple of factors. Let me go here. I'll just go to Google Docs, for instance. I'll just kind of write this out. Okay. This will help me with my questions too. So, all right. So, so a couple of things, like it takes approximately, 2 to 3 weeks for it to optimize. But during this time, a couple things that you do want to check for is who's clicking, who's signing up, right? And the engagement. Is it more women? Is it more men? And then what is the overall sentiment of the ad? For instance, like, are people liking it? Are they commenting? If you could show me a screenshot of it, that would be super helpful. Super helpful. And what does your creative look like? Like if your creative is not appealing, if it doesn't look good, that does lessen the engagement on the ad as well. So if I could see that, that would let me know a lot as well. And then if people are not commenting on it, what typically happens too is sometimes what I do is we'll jumpstart it, and we'll have like you can comment as not from the page, but comment as just like a Facebook user, for instance. And you can put in your birthday. I think some of the ads are like, let us know when you would like to come or who you would bring with you or when your birthday is. And more people commenting on the ad helps the performance of the ad, and it's like a snowball effect. So that creative must look good, and of course, which goes without saying, the offer must be solid. So I think you said you have a BOGO, which is great. And if you do have a BOGO and people are not signing up for it, typically it goes back to the creative. For instance, it's not enough time. You may need to rein in as far as who the ad is going to. For instance, like if I don't know how, like, well, what is your reach as far as average birthdays? Is it like 1,500 a week, or is it 10,000? Because you may have to rein that age in. Instead of like 18 to 65, maybe 25 to 65 as an example. But you can always go back to that as well to improve it. And then the other aspect too, which we've had before, all of these factors in place, but then what other factor is the type of business and the restaurant reputation. Is their reputation solid, or is that a bad reputation? Do they need some work on the reputation? Because these are factors too that also impact it. If there isn't enough time for the ad to optimize, if they're not commenting on it, like, these are all factors here. And then the other aspect too is look in your automations to see if what is happening where people are getting stuck at as well. So people are booking, so we're getting people to make reservations, they're not showing up. It's still very early too. You got to think about it. Usually when people book or sign up for an offer, it's important to allocate at least, 7 days to 10 days, 7 to 10 days, because this individual may get the ad, let's call it on a Sunday, and their birthday's not till, the following Sunday. And even if you're doing like weekly targeting, they may receive the ad on the first day, but their birthday is end of the week, as an example. Then some people forget about it, they go out, they're out of town, certain things like that. So you do have to give the automation some time, and then also make sure too to go in your automations and check them to make sure that the messages are firing. Is the AI engagement, actually, is it working like it's supposed to? These are certain factors as well. I'll be more than happy to look at your campaign if you just send over some of the following info. So just send over your creative, screenshot, like send your ad, right, with the comments, all of that, your offer, and then what sub account is it in? We can kind of take a look at behind the hood of what we going on here. And then too, it does take some time, and then the actual business too, because we've done this before. Like give an example. Is this a sit down dine in place, or is it pick up at the register or the counter, so to speak? And the other thing too, and not to take away from, hey, people are not coming in, like your campaign is new. First off, that's the main thing, is all new. Is it's important to convey to the business owner of like what's actually happening as well. Like, yeah, the goal is to drive in new customers, of course, right? But also what's happening is they're getting visibility that they wouldn't be getting. Like, so even being able to show your ad reach and the ad frequency is very, very important. That's top of mind awareness. And they're also starting to generate leads. And that sets you up to actually send out offers, and this is really important too, because, with the leads that you're generating from here, you may convert, maybe 10 to 15% of immediate leads to customers, right? And what happens to the other 80% leads, right? That's when you're able to now help your client out and send out VIP offers, right? And this can lead to, more customers coming in the door. So this is a business growth system. It's like, don't, of course, you want to look here and all these different factors, but the way that this is positioned and is sold is that the business must know all of these factors. Like this is a true business growth system. Like there's not many systems out there that can guarantee visibility ongoing, right? Business is advertised, 24/7, right? Not many systems can generate ongoing leads, right? Not many systems have, or even businesses even have a new customer generator offer, right? And a way to generate reviews and a way to get repeat business, repeat customers, right? So this is what the local growth machine does. And on top of that, they get their own business control center to be able to have complete visibility of their business, to see their reputation, there's social media in one place, like that in itself, super, super powerful. So it's all about conveying that value, and that starts, way before you collect the dollar, and these are things that they need to know because a lot of businesses don't do that and they don't have any of these systems in place, right? So, but yeah, and this is super, super helpful. So yeah, let me see my email. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to take a look at that just to see if we can get that thing improving. Yeah, just shoot it over to me. I'll most likely look at it tomorrow, Jermaine, if you send it over today. And if I can help you in any way, man, I'm here to assist. So with that, that's all I have, folks. Anything else on the brain? Y'all good? Can we do this? Yes, 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 we can. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those of you that may be here that are not in Silo, ping our support also and jump in because price will be going up when we relaunch this month. So make sure you're in Silo. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. So yes, we can. Awesome, everybody. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a valued member of our community, and continue to stretch yourself, continue to grow. It's good to get out of your comfort zone. Some of these things, if it's new to you, it's not going to feel comfortable because it's not something you do all the time. But one of the things that I do encourage you to do is to whatever action you can take, be consistent with that action. I know when I was working the 9 to 5, many years ago, sometimes I only had 30 minutes, or on my lunch break when I worked a job, I would, put my company shirt on, so to speak, and I would have lunch at places that I would like to get to know the business owners, be able to shake hands, or sometimes I could only go to a Chamber of Commerce after hours event, twice a month or something. And if you only have 30 minutes to prospect every day, just bake that into your time, right? And aim to be consistent. And the last thing is, whenever you're prospecting, going after business, don't ever take this stuff personal, folks. Don't ever take it personal. Like if somebody says no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to your opportunity, or saying no. They may just be even saying not right now, but it has nothing to do about you. And once you start to really embrace that thought that, like, hey, there's a million businesses out there, and when somebody says no, I just say next, right? And your job is simply to be the purveyor of value, and that's it. You give the value, and every day, just like, okay, who am I going to reach out to today? How am I going to help a business get more customers and grow their business today? You just want to change that language in your mind and change the vibration of, like, I'm here to assist, I'm here to serve, I'm here to give. And you'll start to see your business change. So with that
Hello,
said, hello,
can you hear
Sister
me?
Mariah,
Hi,
what's up? You've been quiet today. How you doing?
I've been answering questions. I just wanted to say that we had a couple of questions come in about specific trainings. I want to make sure you guys are going into your Kajabi account, looking at the Prospect Reach software training area, and really doing a deep dive in those areas, because those trainings, there's a ton of information in there. Somebody asked about Mailgun, somebody asked about integration. All of those trainings are within your Kajabi account, and a ton more. So if you have questions about, trainings and things like that, I recommend that you look in there and make sure that they're not in there, because they probably are, because we've created a lot of trainings for this. I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you, Mariah. No, that's super, super helpful. Go through the trainings, folks. So with that said, y'all have a phenomenal day as you deserve it. And we'll talk soon. Later. Oh, Mariah, you see Eric? Can you send us a link to sign up for Silo? Yes.
Yeah,
We
wait
got
one
you.
second. Okay, now just email me, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah. Support at mylocalagency.co is our, let me just put it in here. Agency.co. Yeah, so everyone wants to join Silo, look in the chat box is support at mylocalagency.co. We'll get you a backdoor link and we'll get you in. So, all right, everybody, have a great day. Later.